Next, joining us via Zoom is emergency medicine physician Dr. Jake Deutsch in New York City. He is the founder of Cure Urgent Care and actually contracted the virus himself. Dr. Deutsch, you say you wish you knew how bad being sick with COVID-19 actually was a month ago. You say it hit harder than any flu you have ever had. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when they were reporting this was a flu-like illness and it was, typical symptoms, I expected to get sick from high degree of exposure, but I didn't anticipate it to be that bad. I kind of want to have it, get done, and then be able to help other people. And, the first week was what I expected. Week 2, where I really wasn't getting better, I was very surprised. And then it hit me like a truck. I had pneumonia and ended up needing to go to the hospital. I had to go on hydroxychloroquine. So I was really surprised how bad it was. And I think that that's the key is healthy people can get really sick just as easily as people that we would expect the elderly with multiple medical problems.
Now, you also say you wish that you knew how much COVID-19 would force you to do more by doing less. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting time in medicine. It's certainly the most challenging for myself. We're learning day by day. There's not a textbook that tells us how to treat COVID patients. We're learning from speaking with each other, watching case studies. Even social media is, a great tool. And what we're learning is that we have to understand that patients can go home with symptoms that we normally would maybe send them to the hospital. So the people that are sort of teetering on the edge with pneumonia and an oxygen that's hovering in the low 90s, we might actually send them home, whereas in any other circumstance, I would admit them to the hospital for observation. The capacity of the hospital and the critical care resources just isn't there. So it is practicing with a new set of rules. What we know to be normal is definitely not normal during this pandemic.
And you're also conducting antibody tests at your urgent care facility. What insights are you learning from those results?
Well, first of all, I'm learning how surprising it is that most people can't even get an antibody test now. And we were adaptive to the federal to the recommendations that small practices work with independent laboratories. So we have rolled it out. We've been doing it for about 6 days. We've tested close to 850 patients. And we've learned that there's some good consistency. People that had positive COVID tests are showing antibodies. So while everybody's trying to poke holes on why antibody testing is not going to be good information, I'm seeing there's lots of information that is consistent with what we expect. We're giving people ideas that they actually had COVID when they weren't able to get a test. So like any other part of this process, we're learning day by day. Each bit of information is critical and is a step forward.
Dr. Deutsch, thank you for sharing your information. I'm so happy you're doing well. You look strong.
Thank you. Going to go back and see some patients.
All right. We'll be right back.